Hello, everyone. Welcome back to episode 2 of The Technical Ginger Show. My name is Joey Morley. I am a senior product professional for HP. I'm here with my co-host.
And my name is Paul Gurman, and I'm a technical consultant or principal technical consultant with HP. And you'll notice that you have to have a red beard to be on the show.
We will, in rare circumstances, make exceptions, but today, got to be red beard.
And today we're super excited to introduce you to a brand new product that we're bringing to the market, or that's been announced going to the market, and that's our new MTR for Windows. And Joey's going to pull up some slideware, and we'll talk through it.
There we go. So this is our G9 Plus. We are excited to share some details about this. You're going to see some familiar format here with an HP mini compute. But the key difference with the G9 Plus is what's under the hood. And what's under the hood, Paul, is what do we start with
Yeah.
here on the left? Some
Well,
color coding.
first of all, we updated the processor. We
Yeah,
color coded all the ports. And by color coding the ports, Joey, we're making it super easy for support and installation because now there's no guessing of what is what. And by the way, all these ports from a USB-C and USB-A ports are 3.0, right? So we get high bandwidth and high throughput on these ports. One of the cool things, if you take a look at that red port, that's an Alt-EP port for a secondary display that is also enabled with touch. We also have a new daughter card that we put on this PC that allows us to plug in a TC10 now. And so we're going to see with the room modularity or the modular room, how we can go ahead and do something kind of special in larger spaces. And I don't want to, you know, reveal anything yet, but we're going to see in the next slides how that is applicable to those
yeah. And
types of
before we go
spaces.
there, Paul, what are we? So that red port you called out. So that does what? If I've got if I'm a customer and I have a touch enabled display in my conference room. Before this product, I would need two cables, right?
That's right, Joey.
HDMI and USB, but
Yep.
now just a single USB-C connection. So we're
Yep.
simplifying the installation.
Yeah, absolutely. So it does have some electronics when you think about Alt-EP and a USB-C connection. The idea is using a single cable instead of two cables if you have a display that supports Alt-EP.
Perfect. And then we will get into some details here on this next slide on the power of the purple port, that local link network port. Before we click next, the yellow port. If in your conference space, there's still a need for a wired HDMI connection at the table because maybe you have a secure network and you don't allow
Yes,
guests,
coming in.
yep,
Yep.
to get on your network. This will support that physical connection as needed. So let's talk more about this purple port. So the back of the TC10 is going to have a purple port, and that's going to let the installer know, hey, that Ethernet connection goes right from that touch controller all the way to that local link network port. Is it going to get power, Paul, on the back of that local link network port?
Yeah, so one of the cool things you can connect directly the single TC10, so it is PoE enabled if you had a single controller. But the really cool thing in the slide is that if I had a larger space, I can use a PoE switch to power up to four touch controllers in a single space. That means I could have, let's say, one on a wall, Joey, right? I could have
Yeah.
maybe two on a table in a larger space, and one just for prosperity.
Yeah, yeah. So maybe there's a lectern, like we talked about earlier.
Yeah.
Maybe if the furniture has a flexible format, that way you're not maybe the controller's not going to be in one location all the time on the table. So maybe you want it over on the wall. You could mount it to drywall, mount it to glass. And so my power question, just to tie that off into for if it's a single touch controller, that will get power also
It
from
will.
our compute. So with a
Yeah.
single Ethernet connection, we're going to run that right over to the touch controller. So what we're removing is the need for a USB connection to the table. So our previous product family has that USB connection, and that adds extra points of failure.
Yep.
And so we're removing that. And then to Paul's point, hey, if you add a PoE switch to the mix, you could have multiple
So
controllers in the
no,
space.
so what the cool thing about no need for USB extenders, no fiber cables you have to deal with crimping. So this solution allows me to run across standard Ethernet, so up to 300 feet or 100 meters.
Yeah, absolutely. So, in addition, what's under the hood is a room management application that is our Lens Room app. And what that's going to do is out of the box create the ability. I think I forgot this slide builds out. Sorry, creates the ability to have basically a pulse or heartbeat monitoring of all the peripherals. But why, Paul? Why do I care about this as a customer?
Oh, wow, man. When we think about this HP Com Recovery service, there's an HP Lens Room service now that's built on, it comes out of the factory. And it's like a lens headless agent that allows me to enumerate all the connected peripherals. And what's really cool about this is now I can manage it and do fleet management centrally from my lens or my customer's lens tenant for two things, room device management as well as software updates and management. So a lot of control there now that we have this new service.
Yeah, and because it's built in to the compute out of the box, the installers don't have to remember to install any extra software. That just is going to come baked in to the operating system.
Yep.
So where can we put these devices, Paul? All types of rooms.
All types of rooms. I love how we are going to go to market with the base PC and the TC10, but you can mix and match the type of peripheral you want. It can be a V52 or more of a sort of smaller room, a studio USB or an R30. I love the V52 because now I can bring a full solution with both mic, speakers, as well as camera. That's easily a turnkey solution that single cable that plugs into the PC that gives me all of those innovations like, a director AI and all the acoustic innovations as well, like sound reflection technology and noise block AI and all those things you come to know from Poly and
Yeah, we're
HP.
bringing all the power of our MTR Android, that X52 video bar, into the V52, but without the underlying Android operating system.
Yeah.
So it's a cost-effective, all-in-one USB video bar for the medium spaces. And then obviously our other cameras can be added for the larger spaces.
And,
So
And this actually sets you up, right? When you think about the V52, what we announced at Enterprise Connect is, right, the ability to add that center of room camera later on this year, the
yeah,
E360 that provides really cool experiences and extends not only video reach, but also microphone pickup reach and equitable video experiences inside those spaces.
absolutely. Getting that best face forward experience that we've all got used to after the
Yep.
pandemic. So
Yep.
all good stuff. That's all we've got for the slides. I'm going to take down the slide deck for now, but hopefully you all are as excited as we
Yeah.
are about this new product announcement. Paul, anything else you would add before we wrap up?
It was a great wrap up, Joey. Thank you for once again putting this podcast or show together, and I look forward to our third edition.
Sounds great. Thanks, everybody. Bye for now.